I've been criticized by some for being too political. Tweets, Facebook, and Instagram postings haven't always been kind, to say the least. Most recently, the online salvo was flung my way because of criticism of President Trump's photo op outside a Washington, D.C. church, one in which peaceful protesters were pushed back by the use of force and tear gas to make way for the Bible-toting commander-in-chief. Politics as blood sport. Now, I suppose on one level, a shallow one, I understand the knee-jerk criticism about me weighing in. I mean, where is the separation of church and state? Some of the usual suspects clamored, failing to note that separation isn't the same as disengagement or an excuse to mimic the three monkeys. My priesthood is a primary reason I'm political. Political is not equivalent to partisan. The word politics comes from the Greek politika, affairs of the cities, of the polis. I mean, certainly clergy are called to be immersed in the affairs of the metropolis, the country, the world, where issues of social justice and responsibility are debated and acted upon, where systematic change occurs, where love of God and neighbor kiss. I mean, isn't that exactly where folks of my ilk are supposed to be? Pope Francis has said Catholics must get involved and embroiled in politics, calling it one of the highest forms of charity since it seeks the common good. It's irrelevant to me if it's a Democrat or a Republican who is seeking that good. I support values that stand on the side of that good, whether they be red, blue, or purple. But if a politician or party stands on the erroneous side, don't expect me to take a vow of silence. I have enough trouble keeping the four that I've taken. This weekend, Catholics around the world celebrate the feast of Corpus Christi, the body and blood of Christ. 35 years ago, on this feast day, I said my very first Mass, privileged to hold in my hands the sacred elements that became food and drink for hungry and thirsty souls. As a young priest, I had the rather naive view that the most defining moments of my priesthood would take place at an altar, or a baptismal font, or in a confessional. And while those sacraments have been a graced and integral part of my presbyterate, they've hardly constituted the totality. There have been other pivotal locales as well. Just as important have been the peace rallies, the prison cells, the soup kitchens, and yes, the voting booths. In those places too, the body and blood of Christ have been embodied anew and resurrected to fight another day.